here I'm going to give a short 10-minute presentation of what could happen in the next 3-4 years and what is happening in some cases. So the agenda would be what happened in Industry 4.0 in India, or what are the different topics that will come. For example, what is agentic AI and what is the how the robotics will change, where is the brain, where is the skeleton of the future shop floor. So this will be going to tell a short intro. My name is Bala. So I have a master's degree in textile management, and I have 3 decades of engineering experience in Penguin Engineers in India pathways. And I had a visionary startup with my friend Nalla in 2015 with AR/VR, and now I take care of Lorandi Silos India, which is a JV of Lorandi Silos SRL, which is a silo manufacturing. So we do a lot of fabrication and welding. So what happened to Industry 4.0? Say, everybody knows the Industry 4.0 starts with the data. So in India, whenever we take the IoT, then many people say we are okay with Industry 4.0. But that is not the case. Maybe we, as some of the speakers said, with the data, we need to try to take that is the analytics. We need to integrate the horizontal and vertical integration, and then we need to take into the digital twin. And everybody knows the IoT is now in an advanced stage. Taking data is much more easier, either from Siemens or Ethercat or Bluetooth or RS-232. It is much more easy. We can go into the cloud and there are edge devices. It takes decision and takes the data at a very accurate level. So what is happening in 2026? So, say when the industrial revolution started in UK, there was every 30 years a new revolution started. Then when there was in 1975, when Dell came into picture and all the chips came into the picture, the revolution started every 10-12 years. And then the internet came into the picture, it started into 10 years. Now with the AI, it is every 1 year we need to update what is happening. Or in within few months, the AI, everything changes what we do. So as our previous speakers said, the AI is one where it is going to take the data and goes to analysis and gives out the results on its own. So I will explain or we will go a little bit onto the Bosch, an example in the next 2-3 slides. And the KUKA Copilot also has an IQ works. It is an agent where we can do the simulation, where we can do the digital twin that is happening. And then we can take that KUKA robot into the shop floor so that we can minimize the accident, or we can go at a much faster rate. So what is agentic AI is we can, if there is an innovation that we need to do, all the companies needs to do the innovation. So what is the innovation cycle? How do we simulate and go faster than our competitor? Or how to do the mass customization? How to say China was doing mass customization 10-15 years back. They can do individual products at a scalable level. And where is the data-driven model? Whether we can do the demand forecasting. One of our speaker also told a little bit on this. So what is the predictive analysis? Where is the bottleneck that is starting? And when we start using AI, there's a lot of energy coming into the picture. So we need to optimize it. We need to do a sustainability for a future generation. And what happens to the training level? Right now, I think the humans needs to be trained how to work with the robots. So this is a small framework. On the left side, you can see before how it is implemented. On the right side, you can see how the Bosch is implemented. So on the left side, if you see the figure 1, you can see some engineering simulation MES are all different siloed small capacities. And on the top, you can see some solution 1, solution 2. So it is more like a star topology. So when we come to figure 2, you can see that the solution and the effort, the solutions on the x-axis and the effort on the y-axis is much more higher when we try to put all the AI into the picture. So there is an innovation that can become at a faster rate. So if you see on the right side, Bosch has come up with an ecosphere or an ecosystem where it tries to take all the data from the engineering or the simulation or the MES and try to analyze it, tries to finalize it, tries to remember it, and then tries to give the solution also to the user at a very fraction within seconds. So you can see the architecture, how it works. On the top level, you can see how the UI works, and then there's a business intelligence. Then the semantic data is where the AI sits into it. So the Google has its AI, ChatGPT. So people work with some of the AI instead of developing on their own, and then they can develop a Pakka system. So, and also another person talked about the digital twin. So here also in this Bosch AI, they have a separate, this one called Talk to Your Data AI agent, which gives like a digital twin. So we can give questions, we can ask the questions with a natural language, and it gives us the data within fraction of a second. Even in your laptop, you can install the anti-gravity, which is free of cost for students, and it's a very low cost right now. So unless we train into it, it is very difficult to go to the next level. What is the difference of the industrial robot and the cobot? So the cobot is the one which is easy to do the programming. So there's a drag and drop, and there's a teach function that is much more easy. Then if you come to the humanoids, since I have only 2-3 minutes, I'll just go faster. So for the humanoids, there are different level already in the Europe and in the US. You can see some retired faces also. So now this figure one digit and then Unitree from China and Tesla is one of the top one that is coming up, which we will see some use cases now. This is a matrix where you can see how the different humanoids are used. For example, the Sophia, it already has a citizenship. And then Atlas Boston Dynamics, everyone might have seen the dog that is jumping here and there. And then Tesla is coming up with its V3 version. And then this Digic Robotics, we will see in the next 2-3 slides. So this agility robotics is the one where it is used for in the Amazon warehouse. You can see some photos, and you can see the legs. So in this warehouse, the legs are very important. So they have a specific design for the legs, so it can hold the weight much more higher. So this is Aptronics, which is used in the bins, and here you can see the material handling, picking, assembly, and then how the teleoperation is also done. Teleoperation is such a way, if some accident happens in a nuclear site or somewhere, then you can see how the teleoperation can work. So if you want to decode how I will skip these 2-3 slides a little bit faster. So if you want to decode what kind of humanoid we might need in the next 2-3 years, it is going to come in India. Next 5 years, we'll be using it. So there's a sensing layer where there's a depth camera, there's a lidar sensor, then an inclinometer. What are the protocols that are needed? And then in the actuation layer, the second layer is the actuation layer. So after we see what it is there, if we want to check what needs to be done with the motor, so there's a synchronous motor, there's a high level actuator or a low level actuator. So all this comes into the picture. Then there's a structural layer. So this is when there is a weight issue of a robot. So the robot has to be very less in weight, but it needs to carry at least 20 tons, 10 tons or tons weight like that. So then we need to see what is the composite that is used, what is the spring damper and other things. You can see some marathons is also happening in China with all different kind of robots they built. This is the photo done 2 months back, I think. So some of the things ponder that make me interest is whether where is karma, where is soul for this? And recently I was into astrology and whether it can understand the AI. I don't know how far it can take the full astrology into it, and how the jailbreak logics and everything takes into the picture. And maybe our future competitor is more on with the robots than to our humans. The competition will be on the robots. So thank you.